So we just gonna jump right into this motherfucker just like this. We gonna start here where my cursor is. Subsection 128. Appropriations not paid to Indians at war with the United States. Once again, appropriations not paid to Indians at war with the United States. None of the appropriations made for the Indian service shall be paid to any band of Indians or any portion of any band while at war with the United States or with the white citizens of any of the states or territories. So what this means is, well, before I tell you what this means, Title 25, if you guys type in United States Codes Title 25, that is to separate the families. That is to cause division. It's pretty much like if you have children, right? If you have children and you're playing favoritism, then your children will end up having a grievance with one another or dislike one another, right? That's what this is. These are the tactics that they use. So in Title 25, they use that by giving the women benefits for marrying white citizens, right? White citizens, white persons, and to the upper left, I'm gonna let y'all read this area because it's very important. It's very important. A white person is a European. A European is an African. And then if you read down right up in here in this area, it'll describe all the people connected to being a European. It'll describe that down here. But for the most part, the year, you guys need to remember this year. Remember, white persons equal European. Africans means European. And then it describes all the other groups of people that's included into being a European. Right? So y'all read that. And anything that we read from here on out, you have to remember what white means. European. Right? You gotta remember that. So they're saying down here at subsection 128, pretty much that the United States is not paying any band of Indians, period. If Indians is going to war with the United States, which is understandable. That's understandable. But then they say, or with white citizens of any of the states or territories, meaning European. That's code for European, going to war with Europeans. But see, things have to start local. We were already being attacked. When the European came over here and they brought these people, remember, these people, when the European came over here as these people, we were already being attacked. So when they came over here, they wanted to know the laws. They wanted to participate in government, in politics, locally. Then when they did get enough power or some type of power, then they were able to move up into the United States and take these positions as presidents, vice presidents, and become judges, lawyers, and shit like that. This is how we were being attacked. So once again, the United States said that they were not going to pay any Indians if these Indians went to war with the United States or the European. So that's right here. Take a screenshot, take a picture, use this. Next, as you guys can see, this is my cursor, subsection 181 and 182. And like I said before, this goes back to separating the families. This right here, Title 25. Title 25 was to separate the families, cause division, and play favoritism. It talks about whites. Whites. Well, it do talk about whites, but rights of white men marrying Indian women, tribal property, right? Rights of Indian women marrying white men, tribal property. So both are getting rights. This is why you see on TV, you'll see a white man in skin, a white man with a colored woman on TV. The same thing happening then was happening now. It's happening now. So now both of them is getting rights and benefits, but see, it don't say anything about the Indian man. It says the Indian woman, but it don't talk about the Indian man. And a lot of these women get so upset and say, "Oh, the matriarch," but the matriarch ain't no fucking such thing as a matriarch. You was being played. Your ass was being played at this time in the 1800s. You thinking that just because you're able to get benefits and privileges that you have some type of fucking power. You don't have power. Your pussy don't have power. You was being played from the fucking from the beginning. And this is what niggas is trying to tell the women, but women don't want to listen. The women don't want to listen at all. They think they think they the woman king or some shit. Like they just these fucking warriors and motherfuckers gotta bow down in them, but no. You were being fucked over mentally and you don't see it. Hold on, let me put on their show real quick. I'm gonna be right back. Hold on. Yeah, I'm back. I had to put on the program for the little ones so they can be entertained real quick while I handle this. But yeah, and I want y'all. This is what I want y'all to do too. When you see Indian, just replace that with black. Just for a moment, just replace it with black, and you will see that black women marrying white men were given rights and benefits. White men marrying black women was getting rights and benefits. They both were. And the same shit is happening today with the government, with the county, right? No matter what county you live in, no matter what state you live in, they cater to the women because they know how to control a woman's mind. This is the original pimp. This is the whole mentality of breaking the bitch. This is where that shit come from, breaking the bitch. Because you break them down with the mental first. You win the mental war first. But see, nobody wanna deal with the truth. Nobody wanna believe what Mac's saying as far as with this whole matriarch shit. The women don't want to believe it because they really think they are the woman king, which is fine. So let's go here. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I shared this before, right? I already shared this before. Now remember, let me see. Rights of white men marrying Indian women. I want to show y'all this, but let me show y'all this as well too. That would be right here. So let me minimize this. Let me zoom in. That way we could read shit side by side and y'all can see I did years of this shit. Years of research and putting shit together and making shit make sense. See, they created think tanks. And with these think tanks, they were coming up with plans and strategies leading up to taking land. Right? They had to figure out a way to take land. Let me see if I could push this up some. Okay. Can y'all read this? Maybe if y'all turn your phone sideways, or if y'all looking at this on your laptops or whatever, then you could be able to see the top part, right? And you can see Naturalization Act of 1870. I'm telling you, 1870 is when shit shifted. But when you read this, it says a denizen holds a position midway between an alien and a natural born or naturalized subject, being able to take lands by purchase or devise. Take lands by purchase or devise. So they were taking land by purchase. But see, check this out. Which an alien could not do, until 1870 do. 1870. Matter of fact, where's that other image? Where's the other image? Because all these niggas online talk about European this, European that, nigga. You are the fucking enemy, nigga. You are the enemy, and that bitch talking that matriarch shit, she is the fucking enemy too. And she don't even know it. She don't even know it. Where's it at? I'm sorry, I'm trying to pull it back up. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull this over here. 1870. You see that on the left hand side? You see 1870 on the right hand side. And it says that during 1870, the Naturalization Act, right? These free white persons, these Europeans, and everybody who is underneath that European clan over here at the bottom on the left hand side, they could not purchase land until 1870. But they're not able to take lands by descent, which a natural born or naturalized subject may do. So a natural born, which is the Indian, can take back the lands through descent. This is why I tell you, motherfuckers, do your genealogy, get your family records, and let's go for the fucking land. But you had these bitch ass niggas online talking about that you really not Indians. Then they saying that you aboriginals. But I just showed you in the last video where the aboriginal shit come from. And if you claim to be an aborigine or aboriginal, you have no fucking rights here. That's in the fucking law. So these aboriginal niggas is no different than the motherfucking Pan-Africans. They ain't no different than the European pushers. And all the motherfucking niggas that claim to be Indians that's going along with this European shit, use a bitch. Nigga, use a bitch. You niggas is bitch ass niggas. And for the ones who still standing tall on their motherfucking 10 toes, nigga, salute to you Indians. Nigga, that's still standing tall. That's not getting involved with this whole shit with these aboriginals or these European niggas. Because they on the same time as the Pan-Africans. They on the same motherfucking time. And like I said, as you can see to the right, it says a denizen holds a position midway between an alien and a natural born or naturalized subject, being able to take lands by purchase or devise. So the Naturalization Act made these motherfuckers denizens. The white man is a denizen here. And remember, white just don't mean skin complexion. We're talking about the status. The free white persons, aka the Europeans, aka the Africans, aka the Europeans, Jews. Look, these niggas is denizens. They have a midway citizenship here. They don't have full citizenship. This is why I said we can take back the fucking lands through genealogy in our records. But niggas have to separate themselves from the fucking enemy. How you claim you won't change and you down for the American Indian when you fucking with the enemy, nigga? I don't give a fuck how long you knew the person, nigga. You don't know that person in real life, nigga. That's why I said if this was real life, a lot of you niggas would be executed because you fucking with the enemy. You playing both sides, nigga. You can't play both sides, bitch. You can't do that. Now, let's read down here. This is subsection 181. I know y'all see my cursor moving, right? Check this shit out. Rights of white men marrying Indian women. Rights of white men. Always refer back to up here to know what a white man is. The free white person. And look, you see, before I read down here, you see the Moorish inhabitants of Spain and Portugal, European Jews, the Greeks, the Latins, the Slavics, all this shit that these niggas try to push on you as a part of this bullshit. They are the fucking ops, nigga. You niggas that's pushing that shit made yourself the enemy, nigga, when you push the shit. Nigga, when you trying to force that shit on people, nigga. And then you niggas try to tell niggas who they are. Nigga, you can't tell a nigga who they is when they have records, nigga. You don't even know who the fuck you are, nigga. Rights of white men marrying Indian women. Tribal property. No white man, not otherwise a member of any tribe of Indians. Look, now they're trying to put them into the Indian tribes by marrying who? The Indian woman. Who may, after August 9th, 1888, marry an Indian woman, member of any Indian tribe in the United States, or any of its territories except the 5 civilized tribes in the Indian Territory, shall by such marriage after August 9th, 1888, acquire any right to any tribal property, privilege, or interest whatever to which any member of such tribe is entitled. So they attacked us through the woman, the Indian woman, the black woman. Remember, we can use black for this purposes for everybody to see that what's going on now was going on then. You know, this black woman got this motherfucking chip on her shoulder and she's being used. She's being played. They made her do shit, some disgusting things to where her own men don't want her. Ain't that shit crazy? Rights of Indian women. We right here. Rights of Indian women marrying white men. Tribal property. Right? Every Indian woman, member of any such tribe of Indians who may be married after August 9th, 1888, to any citizen of the United States, they're talking about, now they're just talking about everybody, to any citizen, whites mainly, is hereby declared to become by such marriage a citizen of the United States, with all the rights, privileges, and immunities of any such citizen, being a married woman. You see what I'm saying? So since man, bro, the whole matriarch shit is just a setup, bro. The whole matriarch shit give women false entitlement, a false sense of power. It plays on the women's mind mentally, bro. Like, look at this image, right? This image down here on the right hand side, the bottom right hand side. You have free women of color. This term, up to the time of the Civil War, applied to all persons not of the white race. Once again, remember, you gotta apply white to white over here, to that upper left-hand side, right? Free woman of color. So it's telling you that the white woman wasn't free at this time. But free woman of color was a term used up to the time of Civil War. It applied to all persons not of the white race, including Indians. It means, like, if you have a free woman of color, you was an Indian. When was the Civil War? Like 1860s? But see, you were free up until the 1870s when this Naturalization Act had came out. So our women in the Americas, in this motherfucking land, was always free. You was always free. Up until 1870 when you got in bed with the devil and you married the white man to get this false sense of power. This is where the matriarch shit come from. We didn't practice that shit, that matriarch shit with the tribes, with the Indian tribes. We didn't practice that shit. And then that should even tell you something, how you a matriarch, but then you still have to vote for a leader. Then you was never you was never in control. For them niggas that want to say, well, the matriarch had chose a leader and then the bitch ain't got power. If she gotta choose, if she's supposed to be a matriarch, that means she's supposed to be the head of the table. But if she has to choose who to be in power, then man, come on, man. She's choosing the boss, and she's supposed to be the boss, and she choosing her boss. Come on, make it make sense. But these niggas don't want to deal with reality. Niggas don't want to deal with reality at all. Niggas don't want to deal with reality. Niggas love living in a fairy tale world. Niggas love, hearing that they the chosen people and, niggas want to be better than somebody else. That's what this shit is at the end of the day. Niggas want to be better than somebody else. Niggas don't want to live their life peacefully. Niggas don't want to see other people happy in the world. Niggas want to have this sense of, I'm better than you. You ain't shit. I got more things than you. Niggas is materialistic now. Niggas is into cultism now. You niggas love this cult activity type shit now. You niggas don't want to deal with reality because it will make you accountable for your fucking actions, you losers. It'll make you accountable for your motherfucking actions, you motherfucking loser. A loser. So now what you learned so far, see, we're going in the timeline. 1870, before 1870, these European white persons, Jews, Latin, Greeks, Slavics, Moors, all that other shit, they could not own no land here. But when 1870 came along, because they had a think tank, so when 1870 came along, they created this Naturalization Act. So then they were able to purchase land, and by taking it, they could take it by purchasing it, right? So they did that because, like it says up here in the upper right hand corner, they did that because they couldn't take the lands by descent, by bloodline. So when all the Moors talk about, oh yeah, this is northwest of Mexico, this is our land, and shut up, bitch, because it says it right here in the upper right hand side that you niggas, you European niggas, could not take the land. And then on the left hand side, it says Moors are connected to the Europeans. Jews are connected to the Europeans. Latin and Greek and Slavic. That's why all these niggas talk about, yeah, the Greeks and the Phoenicians. Bitch, you playing a part two in spreading this lie. With your raggedy ass mouth. You playing a part two spreading these fucking lies. But that's not where it ends. It don't end there. It don't end there. So, many people will sit up here and say that this painting is false. And I would say no. Yes and no. The reason why I say yes is because this is not the original painting, right? But the reason why I would say no is because it still tells the truth. No matter if it's the real painting, if it's the real painting or not, it's still telling the fucking truth. And what I mean by that is, although you see that these people are lightened up, some are lightened, some are white, and you got some that's brown. You see this dude is the Black King, right? The European Black King. They brown skinned dudes. These are some white dudes. You can kind of tell it's a mixture, right? And remember, this is the Inca King's mural from Lima, Peru. If you notice, the only reason why you have like these white looking figures. Matter of fact, let me pull up the original. I have to pull up the original so I can do side by side for you. That way you can see what I mean. So, this is the original. At the top is Jesus Christ. You see the cross up here at the top. On this left hand side, on this picture, the original, you have Jesus Christ in this in the cross. This is why I tell you guys, the Indians were not Christians. But these niggas still want to go by the Bible, which is fine. That's their prerogative. But whatever negativity comes with you believing in what you believe in, that's on you. But I don't want to hear niggas talk about we all gotta come together. Black people just can't get along. Well, they can't because, bitch, you're choosing religion over your own people. But once again, this is Jesus Christ. This is why I tell y'all, Christianity is not ancient. This shit ain't ancient. The Bible is not ancient. But to the left-hand side, Jesus Christ at the top. And then if you notice with this picture, also on the left-hand side, you see a cross for the first European king. So this is the first European king with the cross. And everybody else that followed after are kings as well, European king. And if you look in the names say like Quanto or Quinto for a lot of them, right? Now on the right hand side, you see him with the crown. Again, Carlos Quinto, right here. You see him with the crown. You could barely see the cross. You could barely see the cross right here, but this is why I brought up the original so you can see the cross. So when these people are talking about European kings and European royalty, the European came and took other people's shit. So whatever these people did before the European, now the European is being credited as they did it, right? The European is being credited as if they did everything, as if they created everything, right? So tell me, is that right? Is that right for somebody to come in? That's like you guys creating your businesses, right? You create a successful business, your shit booming, and then somebody try to come in and take your shit, and then they get credit for your shit that you created, which is successful. Like, come on, man. When are we gonna deal with reality? So here it is. We have in South America the European trying to take somebody else's shit and get credit for it. Now we have in America, if you look to your lower right hand side, it says American, a native of America, originally applied to the Aboriginals or copper colored races found here by the Europeans. They're talking about the Indians, but they're not going to say Indian because I think at this time they tried to say Indian was offensive or whatever, but they're talking about the Indian. But then it goes on to say, but now applied to the descendants of Europeans born in America. So here it is. We see there's a timeline of them stealing. Stealing. They steal how we talk, how we dress, the European is stealing everything. The African is stealing everything. The white stealing everything. The Jew stealing everything. The Moor stealing everything. Everything that is supposed to be European connected, they're thieves. Now I can see why the Holocaust happened. Now I can see why the Moors were kicked out of Spain. Because motherfuckers was stealing, getting over, doing the original people of that land wrong, creating terrorist acts. Nigga, this is reality. This is real. You niggas stay lying. Stay fucking lying. And look in man. So as I showed y'all before, and I'm gonna show you again, these niggas, these niggas that talk about black people just don't know how to get along. We can never come together. Well, this image to the left is showing you why. We was never together. Once again, we was never together because we were never the same group of people. We wasn't coming from the same families. Here it is. Once again, this nigga with that crown and that cross come to wage war. And the sword, the cross is nothing but a sword. They come to wage war, and they done so. But see, this is why they're mad at the white man, right? So if you look at the image to the right, the same people they was in bed with, to go against us, the white man backdoored them. Once again, the white man backdoored these niggas, these foreign niggas, and start taking over shit. And this is how the white man now, the pale skin nigga, this is how the pale skin now is using the term white to put on himself. See, and now these niggas of color, these foreigners, these Europeans, these African niggas, now they want us to work with them to get back at the white man. So now everything is the white man this, the white man that. You got to pay attention to the shit. You got to pay attention to who's saying what and why they're saying it. With that being said, let's exit out of that. Now, let's focus on what destruction has the European caused in America within the tribes. And I'm speaking from my tribe alone, right? So in the upper right-hand corner, you have the Freedmen and Registration Bills in the years 1883. 1883. So after the European came in and did what they did in 1870, now they started creating things, creating bills, creating I don't want to say laws. What's the proper word for it? I can't think of it right now, but rules and regulations. There we go. So this is the book. Whenever you guys get a chance, go to your local law libraries. Me personally, when I was home in Indian Territory in Choctaw Nation, I was able to get this book and read up and take pictures and things of that nature. So let me exit out of that. Section 7. Be it further enacted that intermarriage with such freedmen of African descent. Now let's stop it right there. What is African descent? So when we go to the right hand side, the bottom right hand side, you now see the word African descent in a law dictionary and its meaning, right? So let me pull that up just a little bit. African descent. Persons of African nativity or of African descent within the meaning of the Naturalization Act as amended by Act July 14th, 1870. Don't that look familiar? Now when you look to your right, free white persons referred to in Naturalization Act as amended by Act July 14th, 1870. This is the same person. When you further read down, it says has meaning naturally given to when it first used in 1 Stat 103 C3, meaning all persons belonging to the European races. So it's telling you a African, a white person, and a European is the same thing. This alone just tells you, without reading anything else, this tells you that a European, an African, and a white person is all the same thing. Now, let's look at the right-hand side. Let's continue to read. Are members of the Negro races of Africa. Or their descendants by intermixture with races constituting free white persons. So now you know that a Negro is an African. A Negro is an African, a Negro is a European, a Negro is a free white person. But they have us all thinking that they are all different things. But they're not. So now let's go back to the laws or the rules that these Europeans now made because they infiltrated the Choctaw, right? So, be it further enacted that intermarriage with such freedmen of African descent, aka European descent, aka free white persons, aka Negro, who were formerly held as slaves of the Choctaws. So now, look, it's telling you, the Choctaws was whipping their motherfucking ass, right? And have become citizens. Now they have become citizens, right? But they became citizens, years prior to this. But now they have become citizens. These Africans, aka Negroes, aka Europeans, aka free white persons or white persons, period. Now they are citizens. This is the year 1883. Shall not confer any rights of citizenship in this nation, and all freedmen who have married or may hereafter marry freed women who have become citizens of the Choctaw Nation are subject to the permit laws and allowed to remain during good behavior only. So this is how they're infiltrating. They come over, they learn our system, and then they create these bylaws, these rules and regulations, and they suppress us while building up their people. But it's people like these online niggas who are so fucking dumb and idiots that, a lot of these niggas ain't even showed you their genealogy. When you build a community, when you build a community and we from the same tribe, or we the same people, hey, good morning, Mr. Williams. Hey, Mr. Johnson, how you doing? Oh yeah, I'm doing all right, man. How your mama doing? What your mama up to? And how's your daddy? That's the old ways of Indians, knowing our neighbors, knowing our relatives, knowing the people that live around us. Not the shit that's going on now where, you got a bunch of Jeffrey Dahmers running around this motherfucker and pedophiles and, you don't know who they are, where they come from, who their mamas and daddies is, who their grandparents. That's not how Indians get down. That's not how we get down at all. At all. But this is the damage that these Africans / Europeans / white persons / Negroes, they all the fucking same thing. So when they start reclassifying the Indian on these records and calling us Negro, this is the psychology. They had Indians, aka black people, fighting for the rights of Negroes, which is really fighting for the rights of them to be here. So, bitch, you are helping the foreigners when you claim to be a Negro. You are helping the foreigners. When you claim to be black, you are helping the foreigners. Get right. You see how they pulled that trick on your ass? That wicked ass trick? You see how they pulled that on your ass? Now, let me show you the aftermath. This is what they was doing. This is from my bloodline. Nigga, this is why. Damn, I gotta go back to it. Hold on. This is why I have such a grievance and I go so hard on the Pan-Africans and the European shit, because this is what they did. They took Indians and transferred them to the freedman card. This is my relative, Thomas Hall. This is my relative. And they did that to many other people's relatives too. It says right here, son of Lewis and Nellie Hall. When I go back and when I went back and got the old records from the 1800s and 1700s, these is Choctaw people by blood, full blood. But when the European come along and these niggas pushing this European shit, I mean, these motherfuckers wanted to take land so bad that they were lying on government records, government documents, tribal documents. So now, people like myself and others are fighting for the rights of Indians. We've been doing a good job so far because we've seen a lot of changes. But you have a lot of people of color who are foreigners that don't want to see us take back the fucking land because they want to continue to benefit off of our ignorance. But this is what they was doing. They transferred full-blood Indians and turned them into freedmen. So when these confused freedmen get to talking like, yeah, the freedmen were African descent and, you know, slaves, and that's a fucking lie. They were taking full-blood Indians and turning them into freedmen. Where they do that at? But niggas like me, I ain't going. I ain't going. I'm gonna have to get back with y'all.